Hello everyone. Today I wanted to do a little Q&A. I posted on my Instagram. If you are not following me there, please follow me at totallyfunkless, because I'll probably try and do this like every other month or so. Either questions just about me or about AS, chronic illness, mental illness. Any and all questions are welcome, so please follow me there if you want to participate in the next one. So I'm just going to get right into the questions because I have quite a few, and I will put them up on screen as well somewhere for you to be able to read them. So my first question is, how long did it take before you were put on biologics? So it took me about a year and 2 months to be put on biologics because I first experienced symptoms February 2017 and was then put on Remicade in April of 2018. So that's how long it took for me to be put on biologics. Have you ever experienced neck pain and what helped? So actually, coincidentally, I just within the last month have started waking up with some neck pains. I've never had it before in my little journey. I've never had neck pain. And so I ordered a more expensive pillow because I was just using like a really cheap IKEA pillow. I just went on Amazon and found a pillow that's best for the way that I sleep, which is usually on my stomach. And I purchased that and I'm trying it out. I still do wake up with some neck pains. I tend to use like a hot pack on my neck if it's really bad, or if I'm like sitting hunched forward for a long time, I will put a hot pack on my neck. And that's all that's helped. But if you guys experience neck pain and have any ideas, please leave them in the comments below because I need help too. Do you get eye pains or discomfort? Luckily enough, I have not experienced uveitis or anything like that quite yet in my journey. I do know it's common with AS to have uveitis, iritis, stuff like that. But so far I have not, and I'm very thankful for that. What do you recommend for taking care of mental health with a chronic illness? So what I would personally recommend is a therapist or a psychiatrist, someone who can help you when times are getting tough. And trust me, I've been there. I have been in therapy for 3 years now. It was just my first year undiagnosed that I didn't have any mental health counseling, but I kind of realized very quickly that this is something that I need help with, and this is important to me because it was getting very bad for a while and I couldn't handle it on my own anymore. And I 1000% recommend a therapist, a psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever, somebody that can help counsel you through your mental health and chronic health issues, if they're qualified, of course, because it has made a huge difference being able to talk to somebody about it and get ways to cope and things to do when my mind goes darker than it should be. How to live a happy life with chronic pain. Now, my life is by no means happy, but it's not sad either. It's pretty neutral. I have bad days just like everyone else, but I try to take the good with the bad. And honestly, the thing that helped me probably the most was accepting that this is a lifelong chronic health condition that I'm going to live with, and I'm going to have to learn to live with it whether I like that or not. So working on what helps me best throughout my day and what helps make things easier for me, like my cane, shower chair. I'm getting a walker for my fatigue because it's just what I need right now. So accepting that it's a lifelong illness, if it is, and using resources around you to help make your day easier. If you're in a lot of pain and you refuse to use a cane or something, or a mobility aid, I say use it. It's going to help you in the long run. It's preventing you from suffering further. So yeah, that's what I would say for living a happy life with a chronic illness. How to handle SI pain, and can I run if I have AS? Now, everyone's different. I personally cannot run, at least right now with AS, but everyone's different. So you kind of have to trial and error it and see where you're at in your journey. If you can try running, go for it. If you're in too much pain, don't do it. Just do what your body is the most comfortable with and go from there. And then how to handle SI pain. I tend to just use heat when I really need it. So I will use my heating pad or a hot pack if I'm standing. And I have a hot pack actually that has a belt and it will tie or like click around your waist like a seat belt. So that's always an option. I got it off Amazon. And yeah, that's pretty much all I do. I just use heat and a lot of heat. So this person says, I'm terrified my doctor will say I'm fine even though I have all the signs and symptoms. I'm in the process of being diagnosed, but all my blood work came back negative. Are you HLA-B27 positive or negative, and did you have inflammation markers? So, for the first part of this question, if you strongly feel that AS is what you have, first of all, I would say mention it to your doctor and say, hey, I was reading online and this sounds very similar to what I'm experiencing. What do you think? And if your blood work came back negative, first of all, you can be HLA-B27 negative or positive with AS. It's kind of a 50-50 from what I've experienced. I'm positive, but it doesn't mean you don't have AS. And I did have inflammation markers in my blood when I was diagnosed. But yeah, I would just talk to your doctor about it, and if they don't budge, just remember that your doctor works for you and you deserve the best care that you can get. So if you can switch rheumatologists and get more tests with another one, then go for that, because there's no use in staying with a doctor who's not going to help you and listen to what your thoughts are. Did you have misconceptions about chronic illness before you became chronically ill? Yes, I did, definitely, and I did not have any knowledge of it whatsoever, to be honest with you. And that's kind of why I work so hard with my Instagram and my YouTube and my writing to raise awareness, because I had no idea this existed. I didn't really know this entire world existed. I had the thoughts that, oh, you know, only old people get arthritis, which not true. And yeah, just, you know, all of the stigmas, because that's what we are taught in society. And that's why I'm working so dang hard to change that, because it's not fair and it's not true. And the sooner we get more awareness out there, the sooner we all treat each other with more kindness and we learn about other people's experiences. What is the hardest thing about chronic illness that doesn't get as much attention? So, for me personally, I would say the fatigue. Not only does it not get as much attention, but it's not as well understood as the chronic pain side of it. Chronic fatigue has been absolutely debilitating for me for the past, I'd say 6 months now. I'm filming this video today, I showered today, and tomorrow I know I'm gonna be stuck in bed, basically glued to my bed all day, sleeping off and on, unable to do anything because I chose to shower and sit here filming a video. So yeah, the fatigue is awful and no one really talks about it. I try to raise awareness, but it's also not a symptom that everyone has. So that's also harder. Not everyone with chronic pain has chronic fatigue. I just happen to have both. My pain isn't as bad, but my fatigue is a lot worse. So that is something I would like to raise more awareness for, and I would like people to have more compassion towards people who have chronic fatigue, because we are not lazy at all, and if you call me lazy, I will explode. And we just want to be able to do things like we used to do, and we want to be able to cook and shower and do everything, but it's just not possible all the time. Will you embark on driving with your disability? I never got my license even before I got sick. We were able to get it at 16 here, and I didn't really have the interest. I take the bus if I need to, or someone will drive me. But over the past few years, I've kind of realized that I would like to drive in the future. So yes, I will be getting my license at some point. Obviously COVID is going on, so it's kind of not an option right now, for me at least. But yeah, I will definitely, hopefully, be driving in the future. Ways you have found to help cope, things that non-chronically ill people can do to help or understand to be able to be better equipped to help. My biggest piece of advice, if you have a friend or a family member who's chronically ill, is to just listen to what they're saying. Let them vent, listen, know that you can't always help because that's just how it is. Doctors can't even help my chronic fatigue, so you should not think that you have to or that you're able to, because I can't, my doctors can't, no one can. It's just a thing that happens, and sometimes I just want to talk about it and get pissed off about it because that's just how it is. So I benefit best from when my friends and family listen and just don't try to provide advice or a solution to the problem, because oftentimes there's not a solution. We just want to talk, we just want to vent, and for you to say, oh my god, that sucks and I'm so sorry you're going through that. For things like me not being able to walk, just always be there for assistance. For example, my mom helps me if I need help getting out of bed, or if I need help getting into the bathtub, if I need her to make food for me, stuff like that. Just communicate what you need and be there for people who have chronic illnesses. And my last question is, what inspired you to start writing? I kind of have a little story with this. When I started experiencing symptoms, I would post every so often on Facebook about an update on how my life was going. And over time, I started getting comments like, wow, Steff, like your writing is beautiful. You articulated that so well. I almost cried, I teared up. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I never knew I even liked writing, let alone was good at it. So over the first year, I kind of would get these comments on Facebook, and I kind of realized I never came across anyone on the internet with AS that was like running a personal blog or anything. So I wanted to create that space and share my story with people, whether they had AS, a similar chronic pain condition, or nothing. And I wanted to share what I was going through and what life was like day to day with ankylosing spondylitis. So I started my blog, and then I started posting on Instagram more, and then I got a writing opportunity with ankylosingspondylitis.net, and that's where I write now, and here and there I write for other websites as well. But yeah, and then I wrote a book. And if you guys have any questions about my book or anything, please let me know for the next Q&A, and I would love to talk about it. That's all the questions I got this time. I hope you're all doing well and braving this winter cold mixed with COVID, and I hope we all get the vaccine soon so life can go back to somewhat normal. So yeah, I love you all. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted a question. I appreciate it so much, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!